Doing work, doing work, doing work, and typing, doing work. Now, sometimes I wish something crazy would happen that would be totally unexpected and catch me off guard and kind of be like those anime shows that the kids watch. What was that? Oh my god! It's you! But I thought you were dead. Wait a minute. There's no way. How could this be? This is impossible. Oh, what's going on? It looks like it's time for me to power up. Ah! Ah!
Flies, but characters can apply to a lot of different things, right? Stories need characters. They need them. They move the action forward, right? Without characters, nothing would really happen. It would be kind of ridiculous. Characters' thoughts, reactions, insights, those sorts of things create a thing called drama. Drama, right? Drama being something that makes the story interesting, right? If we didn't have the drama, then it would be pretty flat story, right? Characters make stories personal. They make them relatable. They make the stories something that we can really relate to as people, right? If everything was going on with Gleep Glopt and the Floopy-Doos back in, Planet X, we probably wouldn't know what the heck is going on, but that's why they usually involve humans or sometimes elves or anime characters. Now, the protagonist in the story is the main character. The protagonist moves the action forward. Now, that does not mean that the protagonist is always the good guy, right? The protagonist is always Goku trying to power up for 3 episodes. It's the person that moves is the main character. So the protagonist in stories can also be a bad guy. Interesting. Or bad girl, or bad person, bad dog. A story's antagonist works against the protagonist, right? So someone who's working against the protagonist, because the protagonist always needs to have someone working against them, right? Or a force of nature or something of that sort, right? To make the drama in the story better. And in literature, characters are complex. They're never purely good or purely bad, right? It's never like they're going to be, Mr. Good Guy, Superman, right? A very one-dimensional character in some ways. More like a Batman who's crazy. Has different motives, right? We can't always determine exactly if a character is good or bad because they're different shades of morality, right? Which makes the story interesting, of course. The character, right, is the person, animal, alien in the story, right? It's the thing. Their character qualities are called their character's traits, right? Called the traits. So if we look at character traits, we could see a little bit more about the character. Some traits could be, are they fussy, or are they like, Jack? Are they a jerk, right, in the story, like in Lord of the Flies? Or are they, more like Ralph? Or they're more like a natural leader, right? Or things along those lines. How do we find out the character's traits? By the dialogue and the action, right? By what they say and what they do. That shows their traits, right? If they just sat there like a bump on a log, we would never know what their traits are, right? Now, some character traits are fairly obvious, right? We could see them from a mile away. We know exactly what they are. They're on the nose. We could see, right? Some other character traits are a little bit less obvious, right? I'm thinking of Captain Price from the Call of Duty series, right? Bravo 6, going dark, that's my best Captain Price. But you think of some characters and you're like, their motivations are a little bit different. Or maybe Kylo Ren in Star Wars, right? What is he up to? It changes a little bit, things like that. Some character traits are obvious, but some are less obvious, right? Now, characters usually change as the story progresses. So, like my boy Kylo Ren, right? He's all swole and wonderful and swole in the first 2 or whatever. And then he becomes less swole. But more importantly, he becomes more, kind of with the light side of the Force, right? As the story progresses. And then as things happen in the plot, characters, right, they evolve. They change. They become different. They become better. They become worse, right? Things happen to these characters, right? So, over the course of a story, main characters, the changes that occur with them will kind of hint at the theme, they'll kind of point you in the right direction of that theme, right? It'll kind of show you what is going on with them. Now, in order to tell what a character is like, we have to pay close attention to the words the author uses to describe those characters, as well as the things that they think, say, or do, right? If we know what they think, say, or do, then we can describe the characters a little bit better, right? If they just stood there like a monologue, we would have no idea what the heck they're doing. Authors can describe a main character by telling, what a character looks like or their personality, right? Some characters always, maybe they just have one look. Maybe they don't evolve, right? Maybe they don't turn their hair from brunette into light blonde like Goku when he's powering up for 24 episodes. So you can describe a character by what their personality is like or what they look like. Now, in Lord of the Flies, the author uses some words to describe Jack, right? He's tall, thin, bony, ugly, frustrated, angry, right? All things that Jack is used to describe, right? And that shows us a little bit more about him. Paints a picture in our head of this guy Jack, who clearly is one ugly dude and a jerk. And authors use action to tell readers about their characters, right? If they didn't have any actions, then we couldn't tell anything about them. So the characters do stuff, and we see what they do, and we go, that's what makes this character this, right? And based on this character Jack, right? What can you think so far? I mean, does Jack seem like that great of a guy, a nice guy? He's probably a jerk, right? Probably forming kind of a negative opinion about him. So anyway. So, that's a little bit about character, and as we read further into The Lord of the Flies a little bit deeper, we'll see a little bit more aspects of character as they are revealed. All right, whoa! All right, that was a sneeze coming, but I'm going to keep it going. All right, everybody, so, that's some stuff about character. Woo!